Good evening, everyone. Stephen here from Vanguard Tactics, and welcome to the put you back in control of the tactics, the strategy, so you can ultimately feel comfortable and confident when you're playing. Now, the last couple of days, I've looked over the Faith in Fury book, sort of delve into some of that. So today, I'm not really sure. I don't really have anything planned to talk about. So I just thought, as you guys have had so many questions lately, I'll answer your questions instead today. So just throw them at me, and yeah, let us know what you kind of want. Hey, Stephen, you have referenced a Blood Angels group you referenced a Blood Angels group a few times now. Where is this going? Or where is this group? I'm redeveloping the YouTube channel ever so slightly at the moment. So it's just trying to get everything done. It's just taking a long time. I've got a to-do list that is incredibly long. So today I've been remaking the Vanguard Tactics intro, just so when people join our videos, they kind of our logo, which is cool. I don't really think it shows too much about the channel. So actually, I would love to hear your perspective. What do you think, if you could sort of summarize Vanguard Tactics, what would it be? Let me know, and then I can obviously try and get some good little video clips of those elements and add them into this intro, which would be really cool, I think, because I want this intro to be to sort of really sum up Vanguard Tactics, you see. So yeah, you guys probably know it better than I do, actually, as you guys watch the channel and kind of got a bit of a feel for it by now. But yeah, it's just for people that find us who are new, that that you got that first 20 seconds to capture their attention so that they know what it's all about. So I'll ask some of your questions as well. So if you guys get any ideas, please pop in the comments. It's all good, valuable insights for me. I always think the more you can ask your viewers or community or students, the better. So always good to get your perspective on things. So yeah, in terms of the Blood Angels masterclass, I haven't had time to set it up yet. I will do maybe next week. We'll see how time goes. But it's a big job. It's not easy to put together what I have in mind. It's going to be something that is going to be really truly one of a kind. So if you're a Blood Angel player, it will help you just raise your game by so much. I did a coaching lesson yesterday, actually, with our guys on the mentorship program, and the feedback's been unreal, just by some of the maneuvers that I was showing that you can do with your models. As a scenario was presented it was Deathwing Knights, actually, but we kind of went through it, deconstructed it, and I said, well, if you just go there, and I'll literally read you out the comment that was on Discord from one of our students on there that I think got quite a lot, sort of summed up quite well. So he said, it was good. It was funny when Stephen came in and was like, hold up, you need to move this unit half an inch to the right, then move this one, and then this one, pile in, move again, and here, etc. Then consolidate there, then stay outside of an inch of that guy, within 2 of this one, then fight again and do all this, etc. Techniques I use with the Blood Angels. When I'm running the Gene Stealer cult, I'm still using the same techniques. It's just models. That's all they are. Some move quicker than others. Some are a little bit more durable than others. Some you have bigger unit size than others, but pretty much they all, and that's why the mentorship program, I just teach these foundations because they're so important when you get them right. Hey, Stephen, enjoy the breakdown with Andy that came out today. Yeah, guys, hope you liked the D6 Evolution interview that I did. If you liked that, you're going to love this webinar and series of videos that I put together. But like I said, it's going to be probably a 60-hour week worth of work just to get that project complete. So for what I've got in my mind, to sort of get it up about 4 units that are the same. So you can only take 3 units from the same data sheet, okay? So you can only have 3 units of aggressors. However, what you can do is take, for example, some units or some vehicles come in units. You can end up having multiple vehicles down on the table. Lehman Russes, you can take like 3 lots of 3 Lehman Russ in units, because you've only used that data sheet 3 times. However, you can also then take Lehman Russ tank commanders, which are on a different data sheet, and then you can take Tank Commander Pask, who's on his own data sheet. So base Tank Commander, who's a special character. So that's how you can get around it, because they're all from individual data sheets. All right, hopefully I've explained that properly. What are your thoughts on Vanguard veterans with shields as a good part of Blood Angel? Yeah, I think they're good. I run an 8-man unit. With fists and hammers and storm shields. Do really, really good. I've been struggling with Blood Angel's intercessors. Any tips? Yes. Leave them at home. Okay, leave them on the shelf. Paint them up real beautiful. Base, make them look nice. Display cabinet, good. Or convert them into incursors and run them as incursors, and you have a lot more success. Think about it, right? A Blood Angel is born with a chainsword. Let's be honest. They're close combat specialists. All of their characters give combat buffs. All of their abilities give combat buffs. You're taking a gun. That gun is not going to get any benefits from any of your army-wide abilities. Okay? So it just doesn't make sense. It's like trying to make or teach a fish how to fly. They're best at swimming. Keep them in the ocean. Yeah. So the incursors are really good because they can start up the board. They can put pressure on early doors. They're not stuck at the back, trudging up 6 inches and trying to shoot. It's just not worth it. So drop the intercessors or put them in impulsors and move them up the table if you have to take them. But I would do some really cool conversions and make them look like incursors. All right. No one knows what an actual incursor looks like anyway. Mine are infiltrator models, but nobody's ever said to me in all the games I've played, "Oh, Steve, don't know about using those infiltrators as incursors." Like, really, mate? No, don't be that guy. So yeah, do some cool conversions, run them as incursors, and you can put some forward pressure on. They can help as your characters move up. They're there to protect them, add a bit of forward pressure on, and they can still do the job is that the backfield guys do if you wanted to hold your objectives on the backfield. But if you ever get the choice, never deploy your objectives in your own deployment because you're never going to be there. Blood Angels, move forward, put the objectives in the middle of the board, jump on in the middle, okay? Don't use against Space Wolves. Completely depends. It completely depends on the army build. It completely depends on the player. Deployment, terrain, so many different factors. They've both got tools to destroy each other. Who goes first is going to be a big one. If the Dark Angels go first, that's quite big. If they can use scouts to move, any faction can beat any faction when played correctly and mastered by the player. When I think Vanguard Tactics, think tasty combos. You got to have some good tasty combos, guys. All right. How do I watch your masterclasses? So I have the mentorship program, which you can literally jump on in the description below, and you can sign up for that. You get a basically 2-week free trial at the moment because of the coronavirus. Check it out, see what it's like, and you don't get charged until you essentially pay for it upon getting it, but you get the entire module 1. It's not even just 2 weeks for free. You get entire module 1, which is essentially 4 weeks of content. You get daily lessons for those 2 weeks. And then if you don't like it, up very fast. We're well over the 50% mark by now. And places are filling fast. So I'm hoping all 200 spaces will be filled out, to be honest, by June, maybe July. So we'll see. But jump on that, definitely. And then the Blood Angel one will be separate. So you will be able to purchase that. However, if you're on the mentorship program, you're going to get access to it for free anyway. So there we go. My wet palette came today. Going to have some fun painting this weekend. Good man. Nice. Hello. What do you think is better, mono Blood Angel or Blood Angel with Imperial Fist with 3 Thunderfire cannons and Warlord trait? Stay pure. Stay pure, Blood Angels. All right, just keep it pure. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Just stay pure, Blood Angels. You just lose all your special bonuses to both armies, and they want to pull in different directions. It doesn't really make sense. Yeah, I know what you think. You think, okay, well, they can do that job, they can do that job, but I think keep it all the same as normally works out better. But it does depend on your play style as well, and how if you're able to handle that many units and that many charges, pile-ins, consolidation, wraps and traps, who's wrapping, who's killing, who's double fighting, who's not, who's staying outside to engage, who's getting buffs off what, who's going to fight first, who's going to heroically intervene, who's not, who's going to pile in, who's going to interrupt combat. There's a lot to think about. But yeah, what models to pull away from morale and stuff. To be honest, just standing back with a load of tanks going, okay, so I get 43 shots. Okay, I hit a wound. You pick those models up. Okay, next one. I roll 3d3 shots or 43 shots, hit on 2s, reroll 1s, wound on 3s, reroll 1s. Okay, take your saves. It's very, very, like, you've got combat, super advanced stages of the game. Shooting, easy. So it depends on where you want to be. I enjoy this element. This is what I enjoy the most. Did this for a little bit, got quite boring. So yeah, again, play the game that you want to play. It's completely up to you. So yeah. And again, like, this channel is all about supporting all those aspects, which is why the mentorship program, and I try and cover all those aspects. Okay. Because I know there's something for everyone in the game, and that is what's so great. It's very inclusive. It allows loads of different skill levels and people to participate, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, just play the game that you want to play. Basically, if you want to run Thunderfire cannons with Blood Angels from Imperial Fists, then do it. If you want to have a yellow army and a red army all in one, do it. If you want all red army, do it. Whatever you want. Here we go. So, best and worst matchup for Blood Angels based on their faction and play style. Tau's a hard matchup. Tau's a very hard matchup because everything's got the fly keyword normally, and Overwatch hurts real bad. Tau's a bad one. Best one, Marines. Yeah, like Iron Hands now, anything like that. Any Marine army except Ultramarines, you just eat it for breakfast. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just thinking what other good matchups are there. I'm thinking Grey Knights are also a good matchup, but I need to test that a little bit more. Do you think about Eliminators as the only shooting in an army like Wolves? Again, why? Why? You got to ask yourself, why are you putting Eliminators in your list? What is your purpose? Just think about it. Why are they there? Because again, and once you understand that archetype, and then you can deconstruct exactly its strengths and weaknesses, then you know whether you need Eliminators in your list or not. So that's a question for you, really, more so than anyone else. And that comes down from your knowledge to the way you're going to play them, the other aspects of your list builds. It's so hard for me to know without seeing the rest of your list, and also having a chat with you about kind of how you think it's going to run, what you think your hard matchups are and stuff. And that's, again, all on module 1 that I cover, just to give that baseline understanding for you to understand your list, and that's really important. How do you best keep your other half happy about buying lots of new toys? Well, she buys lots of new cameras, so it's kind of like, well, also making Vanguard Tactics my business now helps a lot. So yeah, but at the end of the day, I think it's having that mutual respect for one another's hobbies, happiness, health. You can spend way too much money, and you got to ask yourself, why are you buying new models all the time? Okay, is it because you're trying to chase the meta? Is it because you're thinking that your units that you have are miniatures? again, like if you've got endless amounts of cash, then yeah, and time to build it and paint it all, great. But again, I try and teach people to, figure out if they need eliminators in their list before they buy them. That's really important. Or maybe they have eliminators and they're thinking about buying suppressors, but they didn't really put the eliminators to any good use and learn how to use them effectively to actually maximize their potential. But their friends, they've played a game against suppressors, and suppressors maybe beat them up or something, or a Leviathan Dreadnought came in and absolutely rinsed them. And then you're like, oh, I need a Leviathan Dreadnought. No, you don't. Like, people tell me mistake, a big mistake. So again, people are just buying models without even practicing with them. So that really irritates me when, people are just waste their money, essentially. Yeah. Here we go. Next question. Any tips for an Ultramarine player? Base build or army would you go for? Well, I actually covered this on like 3 days ago. If anyone can remember the day I covered Ultramarines, I did a full review on Ultramarines. I think it was 3 days ago. So yeah, watch back then. The last two were about Chaos. The one before that, so what we now, day 17, so it must be day 16, 15, 14 was Ultramarines. Go and check that out. But yeah, I go over it in a lot more detail. How would you personally deal with the Grey Knight Paladin bombers, Blood Angels? So what you're going to do, it depends if they're in deep strike or not. They probably are, because they want to maximize keeping their models off the board and putting them where they need to be, because they're pretty slow. So all I'm going to do, or if they want to gate them to move them around the board, against Grey Knights, you just zone out the board with all your scouts. Or in cursors, just zone out the board, double move all your models, put your jump pack infantry on the table, zone out the board, and then they can't come in anywhere. That was how I won my GT final in a turn. I tabled my opponent's deep strike ability, double moved a unit with the Fall on Fury, killed what I needed to, double fought to kill some more, wrapped up a dreadnought that he had left, killed that in his turn. The board was zoned out and was no boost on the ground. So yeah, that's how you deal with it. Just, you don't always have to just kill something. You can often just, zone out the board, or go, right, you can go in that pocket there at the board, but you're not getting anywhere else. So I get the board, I get every objective, I get hold more, or, the objective based game, and just leave them in the corner. They'll kill some stuff, but just keep throwing scouts at, I think it will be in the future. Tau is absolutely fantastic. Top tier. When you get good with Tau and you learn the right army constructs, and again, Jack is a real expert that we have on Vanguard Tactics on the Competitive 40k podcast. If you have it, we did an episode on Tau, and that was really interesting for me. So check that out. You can get it on iTunes, Spotify, this YouTube channel. Just search for the Competitive 40k podcast. Find the one where it's like new Tau rules. Check that out, and you'll hear it from a very top player, Jack. How would you deal with a Chaos army that includes around 60 cultists and 11 demon engines, three of which are Lord Discordants using Blood Angels? We don't need to worry about the 60 cultists for a start. They're just any bolt gun you ever get chance to fire, just use it. They'll just mow through them. You want to, it depends on whether they're combat ones or shooting demon engines, but priority has to be getting rid of those Lord Discordants first. They're probably the nastiest. They put out the most attacks that are going to hurt you. The rest, you don't need to worry about too much. So as long as you kill one, wrap one, bracket another, and wrap the one you've just bracketed, then he can't fall back. You can't be shot at. He has to then charge you. You can then interrupt combat if he's came in with more than one unit. He won't kill the whole unit of Zangas or whatever you're using, or Death Company. Spend your 2Cs, interrupt, pick up, one. The thing is, one Thunderhammer Death Company model gets like 4 to 5 attacks, depending on what turn it is. And he'll easily pick up a demon engine himself, just one Death Company. So I run 5 guys with 5 hammers, and then the rest of the 13 are just or rest of the models in the 13-man squad just have chainswords. But yeah, each one of those will go, right, that one on that one, that one on that one, that one on that one, that one on that one. Roll the dice. They're all dead. Cool. But you've got to get your wraps off. Knowing how to do that and consolidate appropriately is a real skill. That's where you got to put the work in. Harris, how you doing? Too much intercessor hate. I love them in 10-man squads with Thunderhammers. Central board control is next level with them, and they've a nearly Iron Hands level of toughness with the standard. Yeah, I mean you can certain intercessors in All Blood Angels, but it's a different list archetype altogether. I just think having those, I think a lot of intercessors aren't using them as central board control. They're using them in their backfield. Just to hold objectives and things is what tends to be the normal common approach. But if you're keeping advancing it every single turn and you've got the auto bolt rifles on, so you can still fire, still keep up with the rest of the army, yeah, it might have a little bit more play then. So yeah. Kyle, Steve, who do I need to talk to get the Sisters of Silence usable? I have loads and I love them, but they are hard to take to competition. Currently, I'm looking at Nostra, Telepathika, Vanguard idea. Well, mate, I think we need to stay tuned for the new when the Custodes get their Psychic Awakening, because I think if I was a betting man, Sisters of Silence will be included in that. So, yeah. And I don't know if it's worth checking out that new the new character series that came out, because they had some sort of sister holding a sword upside down. Is she a HQ? I don't know. Or just run them as you could run them as Repentia in a sister's army, and they're sick. Like, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Coach Toby, loving the mentorship so far. Thank you very much, Toby. Appreciate that, mate. Coach James, how does the Zangor bomb work with DMC? Dark Matter Crystal. Right, here we go. Turn 1, move 9 away. 8 inches away with a Bree. I think the Brayhorn gives you a +1 to your charge. So you still have to be 9 inches away, but you just get a +1 to the dice roll. That's what you get. Okay, so you don't put your models 8 inches away. You still have to be over 9, but you get that +1 if that's what you're referring to. And then what you're doing is also keeping a reroll in the pocket as well. So a command point reroll or something. I think there's a spell as well that can give you a reroll. But you do need to reroll both dice at the same time. You can't roll one, then wait to see what the result is and reroll the other. I think they both have to be done now at the same time because of the most latest FAQ. But please check that right now. And like I said before, when I do the mentorship stuff, I have to literally revise for about 3 hours before I write a lesson plan. So just do check the FAQs. But if you get a wrap off with those Zangors with a good invuln save and you can buff that up as well, then yeah, they're really hard to take down. Spend that 2 CPs to auto pass their morale, keep them in combat, keep them wrapped in trap something. That could be quite game changing, yeah. So lol, after watching you for the last 16 days plus, when people ask you questions, I'm answering them for you and I don't even play Blood Angels. Yep, love it. I'm pretty consistent with my answers, I think. So Repentia versus Wolfen. Repentia. Absolutely Repentia. Like the Repentia are going to die, but that's fine because they only cost 117 points. The Wolfen cost 400. I tell you what, I'm going to roll it out now. So I'm going to tell you what works. Here we go. You ready? Ready? I've got the official dice app here. So they get 36 attacks. Remember, 6s explode. It's more than likely that the sisters will probably get the charge off because the miracle dice can normally get advance and charge in a much longer charge than the Wolfen can. So you reroll 1s, 2s, and 3s. So we've essentially, how many misses do we have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So actually we need to put in 2 more dice. So we're up to 38 hits. Okay, we're strength 8, so we wound on 2s. We reroll 1s. So that's 36 wounds. Now they've got a 3+ invulnerable save. Everyone will kill a guy. Do Wolfen have a feel no pain? I think they may. Okay. They failed 12. So that's most of the squad done anyway. So yeah, the Wolfen aren't standing a chance. Then they hit back and the Repentia die, but that's okay because you've lost a unit of Repentia for a unit of Wolfen. That's a good trade. You just, if normally the Wolfen will only have like 2 more units to do this, and then you just have to repeat that 2 more times with the next squad of Repentia and the next squad of Repentia. Yeah. And then you still got the Mortifiers and the Zephyrins to clear up the rest of the army because there'll be nothing left of the Space Wolves. There we go, look. Here we go. So do you believe Dark Angels will have competitive Terminators at some point? They already do. Yeah, the Deathwing Knights, yeah, fantastic. Really good, very competitive, especially coming down 6 inches away. They got that crazy mace thing that's mental. Yeah. 2 battalions or brigade. Depends. Completely depends. If you're asking me for orcs, are you asking me for marines? What? Yeah, depends. Some armies, I don't even take a battalion. Don't take a brigade. Just don't take any. Just take vanguards or whatever. Yeah. Start the game with like 5 CPs, but it's enough to do what I need to do. Because again, I plan out all my CPs. So if I don't need more than 5, then the rest is just greediness. Yeah. You're better off taking more units that are going to do more damage than just going for troops that are just going to give you CPs unnecessarily, potentially, and give away kills maybe. With the new Space Wolf stratagem, Terminators get +1 to hit on the charge. Are Thunderhammers and Storm Shield Terminators viable? Absolutely, yeah. Thunderhammers hitting on 2 seems great. It is. The problem is getting them there reliably. That's your problem. Amy is great. She certainly is. You guys have a great balance from what I saw at LVO. Yeah, Amy, that's my other half or girlfriend. She is fantastic. So I'm very, very lucky. JW, try your list, try and try again after like 10 games, then look at modifying it. Yep. I'm not sure what CB and BP means. With LT, Adrax in Repulsor with Relic, Sigil. Okay. Yep. I'm not sure what that means. Too many acronyms going on there. Simone, hi. Any tips to beat orcs with Blood Angels? Depends on your list, but orcs shouldn't really be a problem for you. You've got Sanguinary Guard. They've got 2+ save, and orcs are not really going to touch you. They just can't hurt you, basically. Yeah, and you can certainly zone out the board so they can't use to jump. You've got plenty of units there that can wipe out orcs with the extra attacks, the buffing characters and stuff. So yeah, shouldn't be too much of a problem unless you've gone for too many shooting options, and then you'll struggle. TSL Frontman, hey, question, what can you do with salamanders? This video I thought was pretty good. It revolves around taking the apothecary to get a 6-up feel no pain. Now, and just extremely durable units. So here we go. Anytime today. Battle Scribe, come on. So it's a chaplain, 3 Vendreads, a lieutenant, 3 units of aggressors, 6-man, 2 units of 5 assault centurions, a company ancient, and I've got Thunder, and I got about 50 points left. So pretty much there. Might even take out a couple of one of the chaplain dreads maybe for a normal dread. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'll be looking at. It's just aggressors and assault centurions. That'd be good. But not all of them with flamers though, with the aggressors. Some of them with the bolt storm gauntlets to give you the extra range. Very hard hitting, move up as one big column. That could work quite well. Okay. What would you say is a standard base size for objective markers based on your experience? So pretty much a poker chip, I would say is standard. I'll get mine in a second. So these are mine. I think they're slightly bigger, but that's just in comparison for size perspective. So it's a little bit larger than a 40mm base. That's probably fine. So, okay, Brandon, if you are bringing assault if you bring an assassin in a marine list, you lose combat doctrines. Yes, you do, as far as I'm aware. Do you play any armies aside from Blood Angel Sisters competitively or otherwise? Yep. So, I mean, in terms of what I've played competitively, last year when I captained the United Nations team at the ETC or new WTC, I played Ynnari Harlequins. So I took those to there and I went basically 5 wins and a draw. So because a draw is like I lost technically by a point, but it's still classed as like a draw in that sort of remit. So yeah, went basically 5-1 with Ynnari Quins. I used to play competitively Deathwatch. That's what the channel got famous for, was my Deathwatch ability. Then moved on to Ynnari Quins and then played, what was after that? Ultramarines. Had some really good showings and events with Ultramarines, going like 4 wins, a loss and a draw at SoCal with the Ultramarines. Did some really good events with Iron Hands, but not a very sort of infantry-based Iron Hands list, with only 2 planes, land speeders and stuff, so it's a little bit different to repulsors and things like that. Didn't have any Leviathan Dreadnoughts or anything. And then, yeah, won an RTT, went 4-1 at another 100-man event with Iron Hands. Then I moved over to Blood Angels. Eldar, I'd say I'm pretty competitive with. Went undefeated at another RTT with Eldar, with Wraith Blades. So yeah, I always come out of like very quirky off-meta lists, and that's kind of what I enjoy the most. So guys, I'm going to leave that there. It's 38 minutes. And let me know about the intro. What made me settle with Blood Angels? I just love the aesthetic of them, you know? They're just like, yeah, they just look so cool. You know, my background's bodybuilding, and I'm basically running an army of golden bodybuilders. So yeah, it kind of, yeah, guys, it's like Marines that lift. That's the Blood Angels. Yeah, it's great. Do you think Necrons have any power without the Doomsday arcs? I don't really know Necrons too well, to be honest. There are loads of different options, like Destroyers are good, the Kaitans are good, Immortals are good, the Croissants I'm not 100% on, but Doomsday arcs I do like. Yeah. Any clue how to make Plague Marines workable? Love the models, but they are way overpriced in the game. I would agree. And the link is in the description if you want to join. Like I said, you get a 2-week free trial. You only get charged after 2 weeks. If you want to cancel, please let me know. I would love all good feedback. There are daily lessons. There's an entire module that you can watch. You get a new module every single 4 weeks. You can, if you want. I'm only taking on 5 people for this month for the VIP program on the mentorship program. So if you want to join the VIP and get full access, for the year, and you want to save some money as well based on that. And you also get a one-to-one phone call with me where we go over your list, build out a strategy for you for about a good half an hour. I'll then go away, type up your list, make sure it's formatted properly for competitive play, direct you in the right way to get where to get your models from. You can also save a little bit of money there also. So if you are interested in the VIP program, then all you need to do is shoot me an email, Stephen, my name that's spelled with a PH, at vanguardtactics.com. Again, the details are in the description below. So there's only 5 places for that VIP program for this month. I can't take on any more because I wouldn't have the time to organize the phone calls, write everyone's lists up. So there are only 5 spots. And as I said, you do not just get all the videos. So if you're boarding, at home because coronavirus is going on, you've got nothing to do, in one video a week isn't enough to keep you occupied, then jump on that VIP program because you get access to all the 6 months worth of content that we've done so far. And every time there's a new content, you get it straight away. You do not have to wait if you're on the VIP. So anyway, please, if you enjoy this video, give it a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. So the notification button, when you go to the Vanguard Tactics YouTube channel, you'll see the little button which says subscribe. Next to that little bell icon, click that. So every time I release a video or go live, you then therefore get the notification. Like I did a video recently, how to wrap and trap, and it was such a good technical video. Now you all need to go and watch it. It will help all of your games so much, but it's only got like 1,000 or so views, whereas there's like 10,000 subscribers on the channel. So most of my subscribers haven't seen that video, and it's an incredible video. It will show you exactly what you need to do in order to improve your gameplay on the tabletop. All right. Anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. See you later.